Okay guys, we're looking at a souvenir type Aboriginal Kylie, and this design here is kind of like the number 7, and this was made in Australia, and it's got a nice paint design here, and these dots in Australia usually represent tribes and tell a story. And you see how it's cut, beveled here, and it's beveled around here too. And there's a bevel, of course, around here too. On this side, you can see it's beveled, and here it's a little bevel here. Now the beveling is a little different on these. I mean, it's not like identical beveling on both sides. It all depends on how you're going to use it, and if you're going to use it to throw and whatnot. And right here tells us Aboriginal artifact made in Australia, souvenir, hand painted, crafted by Aboriginal Australian Aboriginals using timber from Australian native trees, a collector's item. I don't know about that, but Aboriginal art product is hand painted. It is not screen printed or stenciled. Beware of imitation artwork. That's the only thing worries about you about a Kylie that's artwork, and this is artwork. That's true. But for people like throw Kylies, will it throw? Will it fly? That's what I want to find out. But I don't want to scratch up the artwork either. So let's see what we can do. Okay guys, I taped this up with this painter's tape, and try to protect the paint dot on it. But I'm going to throw it out easy and just see how it goes from there. My accuracy is good here. Try to keep her flat. That's about 35 yards again, 40 yards. And I can see what she's doing. She should go straight all the way. But because this is a souvenir, she goes out and then curves fairly quick, within like 35 yards, which a real Kylie would go out and say 60 to 100 yards, and sometimes farther. But this is really a souvenir, but it does fly. I might change it up a little bit. Now this one is not heavy either, so it wouldn't kill a rabbit. It might kill a bird or injure a bird, but it would make, kind of like a rabbit stick if you throw it. And I'm just thinking, like, at 20 yards, I'm just picking something on the ground to aim at. Yeah, probably 25 yards. That might work. Now, it doesn't have that much weight to it, but what you can do is add tape a quarter on it to give it some weight, one on each end of it, and kind of bounce that out, because this is so thick right here, and this is smaller. It makes a difference. So you could put a little bit of weight here with a quarter, tape that on there, and it would fly a lot better. Let's try one more time right here. It's got to go like this right here. Now, I threw that one a little bit faster and held her about 230, and she went really pretty straight. So that was good right there. And that's about 30 yards. So I put a little bit more speed, speed to it, and that really helped it go straighter. So that's encouraging. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more power to this one. I'm throwing it like 20%. It's just not doing anything. So we'll kick it up to about 30%. Here we go. Now actually, that went pretty good because I was aiming for these two posts down here, right there. And she went out about close to 35, 40 yards in a straight line toward it. So I was throwing it too light. So at about 30% more power, 30% power, you don't want to throw it too hard on something like that, but that went out straight just the way I threw it. Didn't give her time to curve. If you throw it too slow, the wind catches it and causes it to go right or left. Okay, now I'm curious what we should do at 40% power. Let's see. There's an orange flag right. Well, can't even see it on the camera. Little orange flag right there. Let's see. Okay, I hit to the left of that orange flag. And actually, it's kind of the way I threw her, I think. So that's about 40, 45 yards out. But she's floating, so she's just too light. But that's hard to throw right there. So she went about 40 yards out on that one. 42, I'll measure it. But she went about in a straight line to me on that one too. So the aerodynamics from the Aboriginal people, they do have that in place on this. Now that tape that I put on it, it's real thin, real light tape, and I've got it so that it covers the airfoils, you know, perfectly, so that it won't affect the airfoil design. Because the airfoil is the key to Kylie, getting them to throw straight. Okay, one last throw. There's a tree right here. Now that, I'm throwing at this tree right here. She went straight toward that tree, but, and fell up close to straight in line with it. But she doesn't have the weight that you need. You get a heavy one. One thing about this design, this 7 type design, is that the real ones are a lot bigger and harder and heavier and really fast. And they go out a long ways. These are more like miniature models of them. Okay, 2 bushes, one on the right is the one we're after. And that's a kangaroo. Let's see what we can do here. That was a good hit. That's about close to 35 yards away. So holding it like 230, 245 angle, not 3 o'clock, but about 245. Throw it about 30% power because this is so light. It's not meant to be thrown hard. It's not like a real Kylie killing stick because it's too light. Could use it for a rabbit stick. Okay, I just took the tape off of this, and we still have a pretty finish and all. Especially our paint work. And again, this is really a souvenir. It doesn't weigh in. It feels like a feather in my hand. It's way too light. And that elbow here is too thick too. Usually they should come out back over here, well, up here. But they did work on it aerodynamically. So it does work as far as that's concerned for what it is. And the maximum distance is about 35 yards with it. But it's a nice souvenir. Thanks for watching, guys. Gary J.